back to the Pick and Roll podcast. I'm Brock.
I'm Ben. It's exciting. I'm ready.
First things first, we're going to talk about the Greg Monroe being traded to the Raptors. They're being signed to the Raptors.
1 year, it looked like 2.1 mil.
Yep. He averaged 10.3 points per game, 6.9 rebounds per game, played 51 games, and played 20.4 minutes per game on the Celtics.
And the Suns and the Bucks combined also.
That's true.
He got traded twice that season. I think he's going to come off the bench. He'll be behind Jonas Valanciunas.
Of course, yeah.
And they have a heavy front court rotation with Serge Ibaka, Pascal Siakam also. But this Raptors bench was one of the best in the league, if not the best last year. And this is just going to make them even deeper.
I think so too.
And going right into that, we're going to talk about the ESPN playoff projections today. A lot of controversy over those.
Yep. First things first.
And we will talk about the Raptors first of all.
The Raptors, they have them first in the playoff matchups with adding Kawhi there. I think there'll be like two, maybe one or two or three, maybe.
What do you say? What are they? 1, 2, or 3 guys?
I'll give them two. I think the Celtics are just too powerful and too big, like a powerhouse to take them down. What do you think?
I'm actually going to go with the Raptors. I think they will get the 1 seed. They're deeper, not by much, but they're deeper than the Celtics. I know it's going to take some time to mesh. They got a new coach, Kawhi Leonard, new player, but they're going to have Danny Green, another new player, I guess. But Danny Green, CJ Miles, they got shooters too. Kyle Lowry can shoot. They have shooters. They have front court depth. They got Kawhi Leonard, and if you have Kawhi Leonard, if he's healthy, I'll say a 1 seed. If he's not back to what he was, he won't be. They won't be 1 seed.
That injury could affect him a lot during the season.
Yeah.
We're not sure. All right.
Last year, it looked like it affected him, but he said he wasn't even healthy when he was playing those 8 games or whatever it was last year. But we'll see. I like the ranking that they have right here. And then they have number 2, we got the Celtics.
Who I think are going to be the number 1 seed, coached by Brad Stevens, best coach in the NBA, in my opinion, and led by Kyrie Irving and Gordon Hayward. He's healthy this season, so is Kyrie. He's going to be back. And they got Jason Tatum, sophomore year. I think he's going to improve a lot. I think they will have the 1 seed.
The common argument people have, the Celtics team took LeBron to Game 7 without their 2 best players. So the easy thing you do is you add 2 players, they'll be even better.
LeBron's not even there.
But when you add 2 players, that's going to take away from some other people. Terry Rozier will go down. He had his shining moment when Kyrie was out, but Kyrie's here now. He's going to step down. He can still contribute in a good way, but he's not going to be nowhere near what he was in the playoffs. And then Tatum and Brown shined also in the playoffs, and they're still going to be good. I know that.
Yeah.
But Gordon Hayward's going to have the ball more than they will, in my opinion.
That's true. Or less minutes to go around, adding 2 stars back on the team.
And you can make the argument, I said the Raptors, they're going to have to gel. Celtics have to too. They've played, 6 minutes with Gordon Hayward?
True.
They don't have the experience with him. Kyrie Irving didn't play that much. So they both are going to take some time to get going, I think. But I just think the Raptors are deeper. I know the Celtics have a better coach, but I think the Raptors will be a better team than the Celtics this year.
All right. Number 3, the ESPN rankings have the 76ers. Markelle Fultz, let's see what he can do this season. We're not sure. He's been a little iffy. Maybe that's the biggest question for them, really, is if Markelle can actually play. They also got Ben Simmons, who won Rookie of the Year, even though he's not really a rookie, but, they did really good.
They drafted Zaire Smith, who, I don't know if you've heard today. Have you heard the news about him today?
I didn't.
He broke his foot in camp today, and isn't that what Ben Simmons did?
That's true.
He was out for the whole year, so I don't think they're gonna I don't know if he would have been a big contributor anyways.
Yeah, it was like 20th pick. Or like
But he's athletic, he had some potential, and my Nuggets were even thinking about taking him until Michael Porter Jr. fell to them.
And then their best player, of course, Joel Embiid, stud, all-around superstar. They also got Robert Covington for some defense.
They added another guy from the Nuggets, Wilson Chandler. He's a great 3-and-D guy. At times, maybe not last year, but the years before, he carried the Nuggets offense to, they were not good during these days, carried them to some victories, and he can do stuff on this bench and get 12, 13 points a game, which is valuable on any team. And he can play defense, knock down the 3-ball when he's open. He's not afraid to shoot. So that's a big add to them, and they had to take on his contract, which the Nuggets were just dumping. But he's a great player, and I think he's going to contribute in many ways.
So I like the 76ers at 3.
Yeah, that's their luck there.
I think they're a good
no
block.
more, no more, less.
Yeah. Let's see. 4, they had the Pacers led by Oladipo.
What do you think on that? 'Cause I already know what I think.
I think 4 is a little high. They only have one really start. Miles Turner could blossom into a better player, but Victor Oladipo is their one star.
They added Tyreek Evans.
That's true. They did have Tyreek
He had a
Evans.
career year.
He did really good
So
this
he's
year.
running the point.
They got him at point guard. Derek Collison off the bench could be good.
They have Corey Joe. They're a deep team.
He could be in the running for
So
6-man.
you're saying they're
probably.
not 4? Is that what
I
you're saying?
don't think they're 4.
I think they're right there. I don't think they're as good as 76ers, Celtics, Raptors.
I-
But this is a sneaky good team. If you look at this roster.
They did give the Cavs with LeBron a run for their money, so that's
Yeah, this is an underrated CDU team. Their starting lineup will most likely be Tyreek Evans, Victor Oladipo, probably Bojan Bogdanovic.
yeah.
Power forward, they're gonna have Thaddeus Young and
then
center Miles
Miles
Turner. And then off the bench, they're gonna have
Darren Collison in the 6-man, which could be good.
Corey Joseph is a 3rd-string point guard. Whenever that happens, that means you're pretty good at point guard.
That's true.
They got a TJ Leaf. He probably will play, but
Doug
he's
McDermott out of Creighton.
McDermott.
Could hit the 3-ball every once in a while.
Demontis Sabonis, he's a great center.
From the Thunder, my
Could
Thunder.
play power forward too. Trevor Booker, he's a bully down low, even though he's only 6'8", 228. He just wrecks people down there. Aaron Holiday, their draft pick,
He looked
young,
great in
promising
summer
guy.
league. Looked great in summer league.
I don't know how many minutes he'll play, but he can contribute if he gets on the court. I know that.
Yeah. All right.
And their coach Nate McMillan is a great coach, and I think this team is a 4 seed, and I think they can. I don't think they'll get past the 2nd round. They'd have to get past my prediction, the Raptors, and I don't think they can do that. They match up well with them, but the Raptors will win that.
I'll give him 5 or 6.
Okay. You don't agree? Okay.
I still you make good argument, but
5 seed is the Bucks.
Milwaukee Bucks, their team really doesn't change too much.
They added Brooke Lopez.
And they drafted Dante DiVincenzo.
I mean, I don't know. He had one good game.
Who, yeah,
I don't even think he's gonna play that much, but
You never know.
the bold pick there.
this team.
You
Whenever
got,
you have a superstar,
when you have Giannis Antetokounmpo, you're gonna win some games. He can carry a team to the playoffs, obviously. I think they will be in the top. They have probably the 2nd best player in the East right now in Giannis Antetokounmpo, and they also got Chris Middleton, who's developing into a star player. Yeah.
whenever you have a superstar on your team, you're gonna make the playoffs. That's gonna happen. Although ESPN doesn't think of that, saying the Lakers won't make the playoffs. We'll talk about that maybe today, maybe next time. But Giannis can carry this team. They got a veteran presence, Jason Terry. They're center heavy. They got Brooke Lopez, Thon Maker, Brandon McCoy. He doesn't really count. Marshall Plumlee and Tyler Zeller. But this team, their point guards know how to play defense. I will tell you that. Eric Bledsoe,
Malcolm Brogdon, former Rookie of the Year.
Matthew Dellavedova. He probably won't play, but he can play. If somebody gets hurt, he can step up.
Good 3rd-string point guard there.
John Henson, a little overpaid there. Ursan Ilyasova, he's pretty good.
He can knock down 3.
Yeah, spot up 4.
Yeah.
This team, I'd say they're 5, maybe a little lower, but I'd say they're 5.
Which is where they had them.
What?
Which is where they had them.
Yeah.
I think they're better than the Pacers in my opinion, so I'd give them the 4 here.
Really?
I do. Even though they were 7 last year, I think if everyone stays healthy, they can do better than they did last year and get the 4.
Why? What makes them better than the Pacers is what I'm asking you.
The overall talent of Giannis and Chris Middleton, I think, really give the Bucks the edge.
Well, I would argue that Victor Oladipo and Tyreek Evans are both better than Chris Middleton. I know they're not Giannis level. The Pacers small forward, I don't think they could stop Giannis, but they could put. I mean, I don't know. I like the Pacers better. I don't. The Bucks are good, not as good as Pacers.
All right.
6th seed, they have the Miami Heat.
Miami Heat.
This team, I don't like this team at all. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
This team, my Nuggets, we've had this probably before. They always bring the argument up. The Nuggets haven't had the guy since Melo. When you're down one, you're tied with 8 seconds left. Who are you going to give the ball to? On this team,
They really don't have a player.
Deion Waiters had that stretch last year where he was clutch. But he's so inconsistent. You can't trust that. You can't. And Dwayne Wade had that buzzer beater when he came back, but that was lucky. And I mean, they haven't even, did they sign him back?
Yeah, I think they.
Because I heard he was getting a monster deal from some Chinese team, but I don't think that ever surfaced. But that doesn't matter. He's not what he used to be, obviously.
Bam Adebayo, though, played really well for them last year. I think he will overtake Hassan Whiteside. They might be able to trade Hassan.
It's too late. They needed to do it earlier in the offseason. No team needs him now. No team wants him. What are they going to do with him? He's not good. I mean, I'm hating on him. Prove me wrong, but I don't know.
Didn't have a great year last year.
Winslow's disappointed. He was a big prospect coming out of Duke. He's
And
disappointed.
there was a thing that just surfaced. It was, I think it was Amir Johnson and who was it? It was a post about how they delete everything off of their social medias about the Heat in general and feel like they want it out. I think it might have been Dion.
Really?
I think so.
Yeah, I mean, I just don't see any value in his team. I mean, I guess Justice Winslow, if you still want to count him value. Goran Dragic is a solid veteran
James
point guard.
Johnson, my bad.
Amir Johnson's not on.
James.
I just don't like this team. I think they can make the playoffs because this Eastern Conference is not strong. But not a 6 seed. I think they're an 8 seed, maybe 7. Better than the Pistons, I guess. At the 7 seed though, they did have the Washington Wizards. You can talk about them first.
I think with a healthy John Wall, they're way better than the 7 seed. I would give them definitely better than the Heat for sure. With John Wall and Bradley Beal, 2 stars, I think they can get a lot accomplished. I know there's been they traded Marcin Gortat for Austin Rivers, which is good because John Wall is feuding with Marcin.
John Wall feuds with Bradley Beal too, and then they brought Dwight Howard in, cancer in the locker room.
That's true.
But Dwight Howard has said his whole career he's never had a point guard to give him the ball. And now is John Wall. Imagine what those two can do on a pick and roll heavy league. I just think their defense is going to be good. Dwight Howard block shots. John Wall gets steals. Bradley Beal can lock down the perimeter. Kelly Oubre, Otto Porter, good defenders. But if they can stay healthy, this team can be up to a 5 seed, I think. They can beat out the Bucks. I know I said the Bucks would be a 5 seed, but if they got to stay healthy. They haven't been healthy forever. And it's disappointing because this team, 3 years ago, this team was what? They were like a 2 seed.
Contenders, yeah.
Let's look at, I don't know, you can keep talking.
John Wall didn't play up to expectations last year, coming off the injury. I think he'll be back to shape this year, and I think he will carry this team along with Bradley Beal and Dwight Howard to maybe the 5 or 6 seed, maybe 4 if they get lucky, probably not. But yeah, I think they could surpass a couple teams. ESPN doesn't believe in them, but I think I do, and I think Ben does also.
Yeah, they were 4 seed back-to-back years, 2015-16 and 2016-17, but I don't know why I thought they were a little better. Let's check 2014-15.
I thought there was a year that there were a lot of
Like 2 seed, 5 seeds, yeah, I guess. But they've been better than what they've showed. They 4 seed back-to-back years.
Yeah.
They were 8 seed last year with a losing record, right? Let's check this out. I asked him earlier, he said they did, but I don't know.
8 seed with a losing record.
And the Nuggets, I'm a little disappointed, didn't make it with a 46-win season.
Lost to the Timberwolves.
Yeah, that was not fun to watch. Oh, they were. I don't know.
No, they did.
43-39. That's still 3 games behind the Nuggets.
Yeah.
I mean, the Nuggets 44-38 is 6. The Nuggets would have been a 6 seed. But whatever. We'll talk about West next time, unless we have time. Yeah. So next would be the Detroit Pistons.
Detroit Pistons. They're not a good team. They only have Andre Drummond, and
I wouldn't consider them a bad team. The full season with Blake Griffin is gonna help. They only had from February on. Full season with him is gonna help. They added who they had? Kyrie Thomas out of Creighton.
he's alright.
Glenn Robinson,
Glenn
dunk
Robinson.
contest champion, not
Pretty
that matters, but Bella Pachulia, former All-Star candidate. Kidding about that. I mean, he was, but he's not good. Who else did they add? I feel like that Langston Galloway. I think they got him earlier, like last year. The one thing that they didn't do is they didn't get a go out and get a point guard. I mean, they have Reggie Jackson, but the best point guard they went out and got was Jose Calderon. And when you do that, you're not gonna improve in a position. They could have gone out and got him Isaiah Thomas. Who else? Alfred Payton even would have helped. Rajon Rondo. Where's one more? Maybe not. Whatever. It doesn't matter. They needed to go get one of those guys, and they didn't do that. They go out. Jose Calderon, number 99 for the Cavs. When you wear a 99, I just don't believe that you're a good player. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I don't think the Pistons are a good team. I don't think they deserve the playoffs. I feel like they will
They'll be gifted the playoffs, is what I'm thinking.
because of the East.
Unless one of the teams, what's a team on your radar that could
I
jump the
think
Pistons? One team. Just give me one. I'll
The
name one.
Bulls. I think the Bulls have
Bulls?
a strong chance of making the playoffs.
But
With the weak East, I think
who the hell are they going to offend? I could go out and score 20 points on this Bulls team. This team is not a great. They're not a bad defensive team. They're worse than that. They're not going to stop anybody.
they can't defend, but I think they
Look
have
where that got the Nuggets last year.
they have a
Fifth in offense, 26 in defense, and they didn't.
I think you're a little salty about that. I think the team with Chris Dunn, Zach LaVine, new rookie Wendell Carter Jr., Bobby Portis, and Larry Markkinen, the finisher, great player. I think they have, and Jabari Parker, I forgot they added him for a $20 million contract. I don't know if it's worth that, but I think they have a great chance of making the playoffs, maybe the 8th seed.
Looking at this roster, they have a lot of college stars.
They do have a lot of
Raleigh Elkins used to be an insane prospect. He faded heavily at Arizona. Ryan Arcidiacono,
Wendell Carter Jr.
I'll get there. Ryan Arcidiacono, great player at Villanova, probably one of the top, I'd say a top 15 player at Villanova, maybe top 10. Wendell Carter Jr. At Duke, obviously, if you go to Duke, you're probably a good basketball player. Chris Dunn at Providence was a top 5 candidate for Naismith Player of the Year. And then he struggled with the Timberwolves, but I think he can start to do big things with the Bulls.
Yeah.
And then Jabari Parker, another Duke guy, he started college. And then Denzel Valentine at Michigan State, he was probably, he might have won Naismith Player of the Year. I don't think he did, but he was the contention.
He was really good at Michigan State.
Fred Hoiberg is on the hot seat, though, I will say that.
Yeah, and the general management of the Bulls not very good. Fire Garpax.
No, I'm not trying to get off topic here, but I looked at Bleacher Report, that article. There's like 5 coaches most likely to be on the hot seat this year.
Fred Hoiberg.
Fred Hoiberg. I don't know if this
Billy
was,
Donovan.
he was on there. Mike Malone, the
Mike
Nuggets.
Thunder.
My Nuggets.
Oh.
There's Luke Walton with the Lakers, which I don't know why
LeBron's coaching that team.
they hired him because he went 24-0 with the Warriors, but it's the Warriors.
True.
I could coach them to a 24-0 team. But anyway, back to the East here. Another team, the Nets.
The Nets.
I think they have a special roster. And I wouldn't call it special. It's a different roster. They got a lot of new guys. Jarrett Allen's a great center to build around, I think. He's really underrated. What do you think about Jarrett Allen? I know you like him.
Love Jared Allen. I think he's a great player. Great late lottery, or not lottery, but late steal in the draft.
Yeah. They added Kenneth Faried, trying to resurrect his career, former Nugget there. Nuggets were just trying to jump salary, but maybe the Nets saw something in him, and that rookie year he had was amazing with the Nuggets. So if he can get back to where he was, he's a very nice contributor. Goes and chases rebounds. He could get 11 rebounds a game if he gets the minutes. And then point guard, you got D'Angelo Russell, Spencer Dinwiddie, who I think can run the shooting guard. Jaleel Okafor, I don't know. He's a bust in my eyes right now. Ed Davis, they added. He's a solid contributor. Karis LeVert, he's a good shooting guard. Rondé Hollis Jefferson. I mean, this has a lot of. They don't have what I'm trying to say here.
A star.
No, they don't have a identity. Is what I'm trying to say. They got a lot of guys just mixing together here. I don't know what they want to do. I think they could be solid defensively. Maybe not. Yeah, they could be solid defensively. Mark Carroll on the perimeter there too. I don't think they'll make the playoffs, but I think they'll make a push. I do think they'll make a push, and I think I'm going to be tuned into this team all year. I like this team a lot. Any other teams you're thinking of? Cavs, you want to talk about them?
I don't think the Cavs. LeBron launched. I don't think they have a good chance to make the playoffs, but they could make a run if they wanted to, I guess. Colin Sexton, I think he's great. I think that was a good draft pick by the Cavs. I think that him at Alabama, he was great there. Kevin Love, they just gave him a bag. I think with him being the primary player on the team, I think he could probably not, but go back to his Minnesota days a little bit, give him some flashbacks to that.
He's the star player now.
He is a star player in Minnesota.
Kevin Love.
He did great in Minnesota before they traded him. And I think that they have a decent chance of maybe contending, probably not, maybe falling a little bit short, like the Nets will probably. What are your thoughts?
Yeah, Cavs, they're interesting. Not really. I just think they're kind of, I wouldn't say they're shocked, but they're just lost on what to do now without LeBron.